I didn't realize I had pushed the thing so soon. I'm trying to get y'all set up. I've been doing spring cleaning and now I'm cooking. So I'm organizing, spring cleaning, cooking. Wasn't feeling, I was cramping earlier. But y'all, cook. We gonna get things together. We already done started, so the kitchen look like I'm cooking in it, cause I've been started. Because I had to start with what I'm cooking today. I'm making I'm gonna tell y'all, hold on. Be right back. Today has been being a day, but we have completed the task. Okay. Stuff put up that I don't need. We got 20 some seconds to fill this stuff up. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Now, that's done. Say, I don't know what this says. I am cutting up my celery now for my dressing. I've been spring cleaning my house. It is. I was gonna say it's almost finished. No, it ain't, y'all, because I've been throwing away a lot of stuff. I'm like, all this stuff that we just been having for forever, it's gonna start either going to people or going in the trash. So that's what I've been doing. I'm finally getting my garage. Did I cut that out? My garage together. I went back in my little prayer room, got organized, and now I'm cutting up the stuff for my dressing so I can saute it. I already got my, I actually started, normally I cook with y'all. I started cooking with y'all, but I've been cooking for a minute, y'all. Actually, been cooking since this morning because I'm doing turkey necks, dressing, yams, turkey necks, dressing, yams, rice, greens, rolls. The greens are done. Turkey necks is on. Cornbread is done for the dressing. The rice is done. The yams are cut. I'm cutting up the celery right now. That's what I'm doing. Here's the celery. I'm about to cut up the peppers and the onion for the dressing. So that's what I'm doing. We getting this thing going. I'm trying to get back on track with going live cooking at least 2 days out of the week like I was doing before. So we just trying to get stuff back on track. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing. I didn't realize I had started going live. Can y'all see that? And then y'all know I'm on my iPad, so it'd be a little bit difficult to see on the iPad because it ain't. This is a big iPad. I'm gonna have to get me another phone, so y'all really can't. I haven't found a tripod that's big enough for it. But what I'm gonna have to do is bring my little tray in here and sit y'all on my tray that I can roll around. Kind of like one of my YouTubers that I watch. That's what she did. She put put it on her tray. I have those trays too, and it just make it where it's like where you can see it better. People can see better. I'm gonna cut up my onions real quick. I didn't feel good earlier today, but I got so much stuff accomplished. I feel well accomplished, y'all. I feel well accomplished. I'm like, okay, stuff done today, even when we didn't feel good. So that was a blessing for me. And I'm not making a big thing of dressing because my kids, they'll eat it, but they don't care for it like that. I normally just make a small pan, but it still be a lot. I have to figure out how I'm gonna start making smaller pans of dressing, y'all. But I was in the mood for some dressing, so that's what I'm making. My son cooked yesterday. So yesterday we had rotel, wings, and he did tater tots. So kind of like game day food. He actually made breakfast too yesterday. Normally I go live doing bread. I didn't go live cooking or doing nothing yesterday because my son did everything. I have to cook at all yesterday. I just had to clean up the kitchen because y'all, I came in here and I'm like, how are you cooking in a dirty kitchen? He was cooking from the breakfast dishes all in the sink. I'm like, no sir, your sink gotta be clean. You can't cook in no dirty kitchen. Like, where they do that at? I'm like, you know better. And he looked like, it ain't no big deal. It's clean over here on the stove. I'm like, no, come on, we gotta get this together. So I just cleaned up the kitchen for him while he was cooking, and then when I got up this morning, I find because he cooked dinner, my kitchen was all over the place. So I cleaned up the kitchen. I'm reorganizing my garage and doing all, but we are getting things done. We're getting things accomplished. I think I did too much celery and onion. That's all I'm gonna put. And then I'm gonna do my bell pepper. I didn't even have no green bell pepper, so I'm like, y'all, here's what we got. We ain't wasting. Like I told y'all, I'm trying to do better with not being wasteful. With really trying to do better with not being wasteful. Like using what we actually have in our house instead of just ordering stuff. I did do my Walmart order vlog like I always do. Hello, how are you? Hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you today? I did that video. I just haven't posted it yet. The one I'm gonna post today is the video of me making my soup that we had last week, I think. Yeah, we had soup last week. We had 2 different kinds of soup. I normally do chicken and dumpling for me when I do soup, but I didn't do chicken and dumpling. Well, I did chicken and dumpling, but I just didn't add the dumpling in. So I did a video of me making that. So that's what I'm posting today. And then me and baby girl did a movie day. Not last weekend, but the weekend before. I still haven't edited. I gotta get that video edited and posted for y'all too. And go live cooking. Go live cooking, because when I go live doing everything else I want, I just notice that the crowd is better when I cook. And I be telling people all the time, like, I don't know why even my content with me cooking get a lot of views, and I'm like, I just be cooking like a regular mama. I'm doing nothing fancy at all. I really don't. I see your comment. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I'm like, I just be doing the regular old stuff. But yeah, y'all, I'm like, let me saute these vegetables, throw these things in. We're not throwing in, but yes, we gonna throw this stuff on up in there, feed these people. And really, I'm cooking this because I wanted it. Or I wouldn't even cook today because I wasn't feeling like I was hurt. But I'm like, I want this meal, so I'm gonna cook it. And then my sunshine, he cooked yesterday. And y'all, your girl ain't been cooking. Well, yes, I've been cooking. Let me not say that. I know I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm spring cleaning like I have done so much. My front office was a mess. My office prayer room was a mess. It was like everything. And when God was telling me what to work, I got up and I had been working on it, and Finally, I'm like, okay, God, look at you. Making it look like something around here. Because y'all know he the CEO of my life, so he be setting my schedule up. And I'm like, finally, we working on this room again. So now I'm back in my prayer room, and it's so organized. It looks so much better. I changed some stuff around. My oldest bonus son came over this weekend. He came over on Saturday, y'all, and he hung my TV up in my room. I'm making dressing, turkey necks, rice, yams, greens, I feel like I'm making something else. No, I think that's it. But he hung my TV up on the wall, and I'm like, look at me all fancy in here like the rest of the house. It's a bigger TV, y'all, because y'all know I had that little bitty baby TV in there. But the baby TV stopped working. That's what really made me say something, because they was in there playing their game, and I'm like, look, get up. Y'all gonna have to, because I can't watch church. And I'm like, and they started like, yeah, we know that's a problem. Big problem. I don't know what's wrong with this TV. My other TV needs to be put up. Come on, y'all get up. Y'all get up. Come on, put my TV up. So they got up. Didn't even take them long, y'all. I feel like I probably could have did it, but the hell did all of those stuff that I did it. So no, it probably wouldn't work out for me at all. But I'm gonna get ready to saute these veggies, squish up this cornbread, and we finna make them real quick. And then I always put in my dressing, I put a can of cream of chicken and a can of cream of celery. So I like moist, not real dry. I like for the edges to be dry, with the crust like around it, and I put butter in the bottom of my pan just to give it that. But I like for it to be not dry. Some people like really dry. Now, when I eat other people's dressing, I don't care about it being dry. But when I'm dressing, I don't want it to be all real dry. Some people love real dry dressing. Let me see what y'all said now that I'm done cutting that up really quick. I have. Okay, yes. Go on and get it going. Go on and get it going. I forgot about Easter. See, now I'm making this dressing, so they might not even want it, but they for Easter because they get it now. But see, they can have his dressing instead of mine. He does dressing totally different than what I do. And I also put smoked turkey meat inside of my dressing. I already had that ready. It's hanging to the side right here. It's ready. So I'm gonna saute my let me clean this out so I can bring y'all over here. And I'm using this butter that I don't know who even got this butter. I think it was when my daughter was doing Sparks or some Instacart, and one of the orders, you know how they don't get their order and they just let you take the food. That had been sitting up in there since then because I don't buy that, and I'm like, you know what? Y'all. I'm like, we need to use this. So I'm sorry, y'all. I got y'all on. I'm like, we need to use this. So I'm trying to put this together. I'm like, we need to use this, so that's what I ended up, that's what I got this here for. I'm like, let me use this. I have to prepare my mind because I love me some dressing. Yeah, you prepare. You get them kids. You get them babies dressing that they want. I'm gonna put some parsley on top of my rice, y'all, to make it look like like I really care about these folks in this house. Make them babies they dressing for Easter. What you gonna make with your dressing? Like what meat? You can do so many different meats with dressing. Like people be thinking you have to make turkey or ham. Like I'm literally doing like I said, I'm doing turkey necks because it's what I wanted, and y'all know I'll be making my menu for the week, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do some turkey necks. So why you don't be, you one of them people who know, you probably one of them people, sis, you know, I know how to cook, but look, I ain't trying to be in no kitchen doing all that hard slaving over the stove either. Like, I know how to do it, but that don't mean I'm gonna be doing it all the time. You might be one of them people. It's people like that really get down in the kitchen, but I ain't gonna be in no kitchen cooking. Me, on the other hand, I like, and I tell people that this all the time, this has been what I've desired to do. I like being home, cooking, cleaning, doing all of those things. Like, I enjoy this. So my thing is, if God got it set up where I can do this and create, like, and he can make it where I can make money from just doing what I've always wanted to do, I'm here for it. So I love doing this. Like, I like to cook. I love doing stuff like at the house. Like, I'm enjoying it being springtime, so I get to organize everything, shift things around the house. And on one of my videos, I was even talking about that, like how when I was doing my blinds, like, I've always wanted to clean my blinds once a month, but I've always worked. So who have time to be cleaning blinds once a month when you working 8 hours a day, you driving that fit, or even if when I was virtual, I was working more than 8 hours. Like, baby, ain't nobody be cleaning no blinds once a month. You better be lucky if I'm cleaning them 2-3 times. And that's what I was doing, like 2 or 3 times a year. I was cleaning my blinds. So when I cleaned them this time, I was like, you know what? I can start doing this every month. But that's my content that I did for the week. I ain't edited it yet, so it ain't even out. I'm gonna start. I'll saute my onion and stuff in this same pot real quick. And then I'm gonna put the yams on. So I can go ahead and get this dressing, y'all. So I'm gonna move this pot over here so I can be closer to y'all. So let's scoop that over. Look here. There we go. So, and I'm gonna like scrub all this down. I haven't got to the kitchen area yet. I said I'm gonna say that last because, baby, the kitchen is a whole thing in itself. We got, I make my own broth too. It's right here instead of buying it. I make it out of my smoked turkey meat. Instead of buying the broth from the store, I try to always just make my own. Putting a little bit in here for my, to saute my, my vegetables for my dressing. A lot of people don't saute them, they just put them in there like this. I like to saute. So that they're soft already. Y'all, I used to not know how to make dressing. And then one thing I used to ask my mama to make all the time. Like, I would cook everything for, oh y'all, we're gonna have a lot of this, well, not a lot left, but we're gonna have some left. I would cook everything except for the dressing for Thanksgiving, and she would make the dressing. And then one year, when I told that man, to make dressing, well, I didn't tell him, he made the dressing for Thanksgiving, not Thanksgiving, and I was watching him, and I remembered my mama did it, and then I was like, I wanted some when it wasn't Thanksgiving. I was like, I'm gonna try to make this myself, and that's what I did. I made it myself. I looked at a couple of YouTube videos, which is normally what I do. I look at YouTube videos and see how people did it, and I just tweak it like I tell y'all, and then make it my own, and that's literally what I did. I tweaked it. I made it my own. Took away what I wanted to add. Took away what I wanted to take away and added what I wanted to add, and bam. Started doing my own, making my own dressing. Just let that sweat out. I'm gonna come over here and crumble up my cornbread. Let me wash my hands just one more time. Uh-oh, I don't flip, y'all. I don't even know how to. Oh, yes, I do. Let me wash my hands one more time because I'm gonna actually be messing with this. And I think what I'm about to do, y'all, that's good. I'm about to break my cornbread down the middle. And I'm going to do half of this with dressing, and the other half I'm going to freeze for the next time I want to make dressing. Because we don't normally eat all of it, and there'll be a lot left because, like I said, my kids really don't be eating it like that. So we're going to do this the smart way. So I'm going to do half of the cornbread. So we're going to make a half of a pan. And I'm just going to freeze my other cornbread. For the next time I want to make some dressing, since we're a small family, it's not a lot of us. So bam, I'm going to freeze that. Okay. So this is our cornbread. We're going to use the same pan. My turkey wings that I'm going to debone in. My homemade broth that I made. And here is my, y'all see it, my celery, onion, bell pepper. So we're going to get this dressing going. Like I said, I don't be buying my broth most of the time unless I just want to be real lazy. These are the yams that'll be the last thing that we got to do, but I'm going to put the dressing in first. So let's go ahead and put our cornbread. Okay, I'm going to put my cornbread in my pan. So the cornbread is in. Y'all know what? Doug Camilla. Hold on, let's sit y'all down for a second. No, that didn't help. I was trying, I thought I had came up with a solution, but I didn't. So now I'm cleaning my pan so I can put butter in. Because I use the same pan. I make the cornbread in the pan, and I use that same pan for my dressing. Put some butter in here and then put it in the oven for it to melt. The oven is already on. I'm gonna break up my cornbread. This is all the cornbread we need. So we're breaking up our cornbread. You can add crackers, add biscuits. Some people add breadcrumbs. Some people add bread. Some people add croutons. Like, you can add whatever you like to your dressing mix. All right, some people actually buy the dressing mix. Sometimes I add stuff and sometimes I just keep it strictly just my cornbread. It all depends on how I'm feeling and what I want to do. And you just want to crumble it all up. I'm going to give me some, y'all. We're going to make it where y'all can actually see me doing this stuff. You see my cornbread. My butter, you just want your butter to start melting like that. And you just pour the dressing in on the butter. And then you put it in the oven once it completely melts. You want your butter to be completely melted. So this is all the cornbread I'm gonna use. I'm thinking if I'm trying to see, y'all, do I want to put something else in here, like some bread, crackers, or a crouton or something? We're gonna see where I go with it. And this ain't gonna be, it's not going to be, because we waste a lot of dressing, because it's just, like I said, it's just us. It ain't no holiday or nothing like that. I gotta get ready to add my powder to my turkey necks too, so they can make that gravy. I think I'm gonna use a couple of croutons on mine today. Just a little bit. Crumble these up in there. So now we're crumbling up the croutons and the cornbread mix. You just want to make sure it's literally like crumbs, y'all. And like I said, you can use whatever type of bread that you want, long as you make you some cornbread. People they use regular bread, they use croutons, they use biscuits. It's like whatever you want to use to make your dressing. Long as the important part is your seasonings. Your seasoning and your cornbread. That's what's mainly important. Other than that, go for it. And enjoy yourself. Have fun. Okay, so now I add in my celery in my bell pepper mix. This, I'm going to show y'all how the cornbread and the croutons is looking. Let me show y'all how it's looking. That's how it's looking. Now I'm gonna add in that, and then I have, like I said, I make my own broth. My broth is from my turkey wings. Pour that in. And this is how it's looking now. That's how it's looking now. I'm going to give you another stand for y'all, because, baby, we going to get this together, y'all. Let me clean off my can so we can get ready to pour our mixture in. When we get ready to do that, they'll already be clean. And we need a mixing spoon. We need a mixing spoon. We got our mixing spoon here. Oh, wait, that ain't the mixing spoon. I don't dirtied it up. Grabbing too fast. Moving too fast. We'll move this. We'll use this one right here. This is fine. I'll use this. It's good enough. Let me get my garlic. Ooh. Where's the parsley? I mean, not parsley. Sage. Okay. We got sage. We got onion powder, garlic powder. Like you can't do one, you gotta do both. Where is it at? Here it is, my favorite. Sea salt. Love that. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know what it is. So maybe once I put out my spice, I'm definitely missing something because I don't have enough spices over here. I don't have enough seasonings. Let me go ahead and put my back in. And get a can. Cream of chicken. And put that in my turkey. So we can make the gravy on its own without me having to do all that hard work, y'all. So that's what we're doing now. I'm putting my okay, so let's go ahead and let's do our dressing now. Mix it up. Now we're just mixing up the celery and the bell pepper, the onion, into the cornbread and pouring in the broth so we can get to the consistency that we want for now before we add in our other stuff. I could put this in a, I think that's what I'm gonna do because they're small. We don't need no whole big thing. So. Change of plans, y'all. I'm gonna put it in here instead of that big, we'll have a big pan that is big enough. So we're gonna pour our butter over here, like that. And now we don't even need all that butter. So I'm gonna take some of it out. And then we can just put our dressing in here because it's a small thing, like I said. We're doing a real small thing of dressing. Okay, now I'm gonna do half a can, which I messed up because I should have just used half a can over there. We're gonna figure this out though. I'm gonna use half of something. I'm gonna put it in something, y'all. I'm gonna have to, we ain't wasting nothing, so we're just gonna do a half a can because we're not making a lot of dressing. And then we're gonna save the rest of this. Then another half a can of our cream of celery. Just a half a can. Then we're gonna mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. And this is right now. Y'all see, I have to give me some better stuff. And we do have more celery and all of that stuff over. If we want to add more of that stuff, we got it. I'm gonna put my meat in here now because I like the way everything is going. Just want to make sure everything is blended well. I'm gonna season and then I'm gonna put my meat in. Putting in my garlic powder, onion powder, just a dash. I ain't that cheap that want her dressing tasting like a whole bunch of this mess. I'm sorry. Just a dash. Some people like a little bit. I don't. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not that chick. Season, salt. Then I'm gonna try something different just because I love this seasoning. I've been loving it on everything. The Cajun up the seasoning. Put a little bit of that in there. Mix it up. I ain't never put that in my dressing before. We gonna see what it does because I just love it, y'all. And it's the zero salt. Okay, let me clean off this oven so I can see what it's giving, if I need to do anything, or if I have messed it up by adding something new. I still haven't put my meat in. Black pepper, that's one of the things that I forgot over here. I feel like I'm forgetting something. All my spices is just left from over here, and that's what's throwing me off because I no longer have my spices. So I can't remember what I'm missing. Black pepper. I'm like, what's that noise? You're cooking, girl. You're cooking. What do you mean? I'm gonna put my turkey in. Okay. Now we're gonna put our turkey in without the skin. And I like for it to be meat in every bite. In every bite. This is smoked turkey meat. Then put it in the oven for probably like an hour. Or until it's golden brown, like I said, around the edges and crispy. And I'm just literally breaking this up. Make sure your hands is clean when you're doing this type of stuff in your kitchen. Even if it's for your family, you want to make sure your hands is clean. And I'm going to show y'all how much meat I'm. And like I said, it's a small pan because it's literally just for us. And that's how much meat. Can y'all see the meat? That's it. That's all I put in there. And it's literally the whole leg of the turkey. I'm gonna mix it up. Gotta wash my hands again. And I'm gonna use this pan that I got for my yams. I'm gonna cook them on top of the stove and then throw them in the oven with the dressing. And if you want to add more meat, you can. to your dressing. It's up to you. I think I'm gonna add some more. I still got meat hanging out on this bone, so we just gonna throw all that up in here. Because I did a cart, Instacart for my turkey necks, and y'all, when that man brought them, I'm like, it's just 2 in each pack. I'm like, I hope this is enough. But I think it's gonna be enough. And like I said, we putting meat in this dressing, so. And I'm gonna show y'all how it looks. Let me clean this off, and I'm gonna show y'all how the dressing is looking before we put it in. And you just want it to kind of look like, you know how your cornbread looks? That's how you want your dressing to look all over in. Like the consistency of it, like your cornbread is before you put it in the oven to cook it. Oh, y'all, it tastes really good. I think I like whatever it is that I did. What did I do different? Oh, we put the Cajun, the salt-free Cajun. We like that, y'all. Because it got like a little bit of spice to it. And I'm going to show y'all again before we put it in. And like I said, butter. And mine's, older lady did hers like that. And I tried it one year and I was like, yep, like it. We're going to keep doing it. And that's our dressing before we put it in. And now we're going to set our, since it's thick, we're going to set our timer for 70 minutes. And we're going to clean this up and then start it on our yam. I'm going to get a Ziploc bag for the rest of my smoked turkey meat that I made, because I can eat on that as a protein for my week. That's what I used to do. And we can definitely do that. It shall not go to waste. So we got our dressing in, and we have it cooking for about 1 hour and 10 minutes, and then we'll check on it. I'm gonna put this bone in there too, because we can make us broth with that. You can make broth with your bones instead of buying broth. So that's done. And then we have our, what is this, cornbread? And I'm gonna put the rest of my broth from that in a mason jar. I need a regular mason jar. I thought I had one because I had, oh here it is, I'm just gonna say I had literally just cleaned one. I told my son put it up. It's a mason jar for our homemade broth that we made. I'm gonna pour it in. So we have our broth. Okay, so this is my homemade broth. I'm not buying broth all the time. I can just use the broth that I have. Put these in the sink. Throw that away. And then I can both of these up. We don't toss this. Or I could. Okay. Y'all, I'm finna end this video. We have went live. Few people came in. I know a lot of people watch after. So we done. We ain't done. We still gotta do our yams. But our dressing is in. We're gonna start cleaning up our mess that we have made. The dressing in the oven for about an hour, a little bit over an hour. Our turkey necks are cooking. Our greens is done. We're about to do our yams. The rice is done. The rice is not the rolls that I wanted, but I don't even know where the rolls is at. They somewhere. I don't know. I did my grocery haul, and I don't know where I put the rolls at. Baby girl probably put them in the pantry. So I'm finna get off so I can get the cleaned up. I'm finna do my yams, and that's all that I have to do. Everything else is a compound. And we did our live. We went live for today. I didn't do a whole bunch of talking to really draw people in, but we went live. That's what's important, is we did it. We did a lot today. Now we gotta do now is these yams. We just started cleaning up. We getting somewhere. I'm actually going to use this pot that's right here. So I'm going to go ahead and clean. I put my cornbread in here for now, but I'm going to end up putting that in. I'm just cleaning it now, y'all, before I start making my yam, straightening up my mess that I have. This is what we're going to put on top of our. I'm going to take one of these out for my turkey necks. Put the other one in the cabinet. Doing our pantry this week are either this week or next week, I'm gonna do my pantry. Organize it. I'm changing this that's up here. I'm gonna move that to my closet and put the one that's in my closet. I'm gonna switch them out. I actually could do it right next one. I'm gonna do while it's on my mind. If this one's going to work, I might have to switch out with another one. We're gonna see if this one works though. Yep. Then I had this apron that I never used just because I was like, I might want to use apron one day. But use it. Then I put this one in my office, in my room. I think we all filled up with our bags. Okay. I'm gonna start my wash this pot and go and get my yams. Cinnamon. For my yams, I layer, and I normally use nutmeg. I don't have any nutmeg. I don't even know if I have cinnamon like mine. Okay, I got some cinnamon. I've never used this brand before. Oh my, we finna try it and see what happens, because the one that I normally use is not here. It's our sugar. Light, because that's another thing, my sugar. Didn't come back either, my brown sugar, but we're gonna make do with what we have. Hopefully we're gonna pray that everything turns out good. We got the regular sugar, the brown sugar, the cinnamon, and the vanilla. So let's start and I do layers. First thing first is our first layer of yams. First layer of yams in. Then per layer, every layer that you put, you just want to do your sugar, do your, like, you want to layer. I know that's actually the key. So I'm gonna put my layer of sugar, and this is yam. We don't eat yams all the time, y'all. Normally I do baked, like, or air fry, no sugar, but this is a treat. A little bit of vanilla, a little bit of cinnamon, and a little bit of your brown sugar. And pour this in the container. And this is light brown sugar. I normally use the regular brown sugar, but we got. And I don't even put my butter in yet. And then we just layer again. And we just keep repeating. And we don't stir, no, we just kind of let it do what it do. Let me cut this down a bit. And then we're going to do our sugar. Vanilla. Cinnamon. And I normally put a little bit of, I don't have it. brown sugar. And like I said, y'all, this is definitely just a treat. Baby, this be so sweet. Baby girl loves it when I make yams. You really don't need water. If you want to add water, some people put a little bit of water in the bottom. You can. You don't have to. It's completely up to you. Because the sugar is going to make like a and we're just layering. And like I said, you're not going to stir it or nothing. You're just going to layer and let it kind of hang out. Let it do what it does for a little bit. I didn't use this one because of the color of it, so I didn't even bother with cutting that one up. I would have baked it, but I had already did whatchamacallit. So I'm going to go and pour this over bunch. That's it. Go ahead and do my vanilla. That's it. My cinnamon and then my regular sugar top. And then we're going to let it do what it do for a little bit. And that's how I do it. Some people do marshmallows. Sometimes I do marshmallows. Not all the time. Like candy yams is what they are, and they're meant to be sweet. So you might be like, dang, that was a lot of, yeah, that's a lot. Wrong top. Where is the time? Liquid is already doing what it needs to. We're going to keep our butter out because we're going to add the butter later, not now. Right now we just want everything to caramelize. That's what we're caramelizing. And our turkey necks are over here doing exactly what they need to do. Once all of the soup is done, then we're going to pour in our brown mix to make it brown. It's already getting thick, so that's the good thing. I'm gonna taste it and make sure we can put the onion soup because it also has salt. We don't want it to be overly seasoned. And that's what's going to give it that brown, gravy looking color. Make sure the meat is pushed off in there. I only poured about a half of the package in there because it was seasoned pretty good, and see what it does before I pour the rest in. I'm going to add a little bit more water. And remember, we added the cream of chicken and the cream of celery, so it's going to stay thick either way it goes. It's going to be thick. y'all. I just gotta wash the dishes. Everything that needs to be cooked is cooking. I'm assuming they're in here. Yeah. Rolls are here. So yeah. Remember to allow God to be the navigation of your life. He will not steer you wrong. I love you, but most importantly, He does. There ain't nothing you can do about it but love Him right on. Later.